to the fat and give you our gut reactions on all things pop culture, film, TV and theatre. We talk the legends in the creative industry and those on the rise. We gang old school. We do all of this, and a whole lot more. Like, subscribe, and get involved. Join Lance Dean, Anthony Nielsen, and the Outcast Creative.
Base, this is Station 31. Do you copy? This is Station 31, Base. Are you there? We found something. Something in the ice. The generator's down.
We're running low on supplies, and we're out of chocolate.
We're gonna run out of chocolate.
Not now, Janine.
Hello. Well, we've got quite the treat in store for you tonight. This is a very, very, very special episode. So special that we don't have a category for it. It's just called a very special episode. Let me bring in my co-host who will explain once again back from the darkest woods of Bavaria via France. It's the uninspired reviewer, and you're currently muted. There you go.
I was on mute. I didn't realize. Well. Good evening, Lance. How are you doing, man?
Not too bad. Yeah, still fighting off a bit of a chesty thing with the change of seasons.
Oh yeah.
So
For me, it's coming on soon. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yes.
We got very excited, didn't we, the other week when we were contacted once again by our producer friend Hamlet Hamilton, the first and third.
Third, of course. Yes.
Get to behind the mystery of that name. When he contacted us and said, they won't release my latest film. Could you? Can I come on your channel and talk about it? Because we spent so much time, energy, and indeed money. Some of his money, I believe.
A lot of money. Yes.
Spend their own money on a film. On this amazing production, this reimagining, if you will, of The Thing.
Well, of course.
Yeah, and we got to see it, you and I.
And turns out they made a better version than the originals, which wow. It's a shame that
better in the sense that it's got 20 songs in it.
Well, of course, it is its own thing. You know, no pun intended, ladies and gentlemen.
It is literally its own thing. That is very true. We are lucky enough today to have a number of the cast with us. Are going to be popping on, taking time out of their current productions. We've got not only the producer himself, but a couple of the key crew who are on set every day. One of them in the recent new position of Muppet Human intimacy coordinator. This is quite a new thing for film production, because you didn't have those back in the days of Sesame Street and all that. And look at all those scandals with Big Bird. So
exactly, they needed some. It was the legal team that required it, and they had to deliver. So he stepped up to the job.
Well, let's bring in the man that started it all. Here he is, live from Los Angeles. It's Hamilton the first and third.
Hello, everybody. Hey, Lance. Hey, Uninspired.
Hey.
Great to see you.
Great to have you back.
Your name is right over your mouth, which is rather unfortunate.
Oh my God! I better sit up.
Yeah, sit up or shift to your left a bit. But yeah, it's all good. Good to see you there. Calling us from on set. Clearly, yeah, we're very keen to talk about your new production. John Henson's the thing. We'll
the
come
musical.
Back to that. That's the name of one of the other producers who worked on the show. I believe he died in a bizarre gardening accident, though. So you're quite keen for the film to be released because you feel it's his epitaph.
Indeed. It was an awful event involving a rose and a gardening glove. We never found the gardening glove, but it's in his honor that we've decided to we're trying to release the film, but nobody wants it.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully we help you get the word out, and someone looks at this, and of course they want to just release it. This deserves the big screen treatment.
YouTube, I want you to sing aloud, shout loud, and you can see this film.
Yeah, I mean, maybe people will see this video and they'll say, this is the sort of film that we should be making. We want John Henson's The Thing, not The Acolyte or She-Hulk. But let's bring in your two guests who are going to join us. I'll just take this down for a sec. Now we've got a couple of your production team, because you worked not only with Muppets and humans but also animals on this production. So and I think your script sticks quite close to the John Carpenter version. So you had one of the experts in her field with both dog and Muppet wrangling coordinator, Marella Dog Kennel, or known to some simply as Dog. Thank you so much, Marella, for joining us. You're muted, I think. Yeah, I know you said she's not very technical.
Am I on now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, marvelous. Hello, Lance. Who's a good boy then?
Yes.
Hey, the big D. Hey.
Uninspired is more the animal of the two.
Yeah, I'm a good boy. I'm a good cat. You could say.
Good. Well done. Would you like a treat?
Oh, for sure. A cat never refuses a treat.
Fantastic. Is that sort of like a bone biscuit or something?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Oh, I have some treats made with trout and dill.
Ooh,
fantastic!
Now those are fantastic. Yeah, those are great.
I'll get some sent over to you.
My pleasure.
So
I'll take them.
We'll come on to your exact role in the film in just a moment. Then we also have another member of the production team, a relatively new position in film production. This man is an expert in his field. He's such an expert. I believe he's possibly the only one who can handle this title of human Muppet intimacy coordinator. And Dr. Warren Jigglesworth III. So we've got two thirds with us tonight. Welcome, sir.
You can call me Ron. Just call me Ron for sure.
Call you
All
Ron.
Right, Ron.
Okay.
Ron.
I often abbreviate.
Hamilton. It's great to see you. Marella.
Good. Well, it's good you're all friends. I'm sure it's been a while since both the the northern wastes of Canada and indeed Africa where the film was shot. But we'll get to that. Let's just say hello to some people in the chat. We've got David Macy with us, one of the regulars. Melvin Deeply is here. Good to see you. Jamalama is here. And of course, if any of you have any guests, questions for our guests, do let us know in the chat. And we may also be, after 45 minutes or so, we may also have a couple of extra guests coming in and asking questions. Good to see you, Lord Toxic, as well. The Swedish chef, of course, he was a well-known character. So let's get to it. But before we start, now there was, one of the reasons that your role, Dr. Jigglesworth, came about, this human Muppet intimacy coordinator. There were a couple of scandals that came about. One of which nearly hexed this whole production before it started. I think we have a copy of the newspaper of that somewhere. Here we go. So Hollywood mogul caught with co-star. We're just fuzzy friends, says two-time Oscar nominee Madam Fuzzy Felt.
Yes.
Seems there's never a week when Hollywood mogul film producer Lucas Hamilton, they got your name wrong there. Of course, it's Hamlet Hamilton. The first and third is out of the news, but this time he's been caught with his pants down in a compromising picture that appeared on a work colleague's OnlyFans account. I assume it's not this picture because there's quite a lot of other people in the background. Actress Miss Boudoir Fuzzy Felt claims they're just friends, even though the pictures were suggestive. Mr. Hamilton was unavailable for comment, but his production company issued a statement. Muppet intimacy coordinators are used on all our shoots. I think R should have been OUR there, but hey, what can you do? It's the LA Times to ensure that there's never any inappropriate Muppet to human contact, or indeed human to Muppet contact. Hamilton, your comments, please.
Well, I did find that when you work with puppets and humans for a very long time, it's you become quite attached to them, and and I'm not surprised that there's a little bit of puppet drama. They're all very emotional, and from time to time they need a lot of therapy. It's part of the job, and because a lot of people don't realize this because they're not used to working with puppets. And I'm not surprised that he fell in love with her, and I had to sit him down and talk to them and make sure that they're professional. And it's understandable that he had an affair. It reminds me of once a lady I was with. Anyway,
Hamilton, what did your fifth wife have to say about this?
Well, I'm on to my seventh now, but I'd just like to say that was a perfectly innocent photo. We were at a cheese tasting event where we were getting, well, I guess, intimate over a Gruet and an Edam cheese, and there happened to be a paparazzi there. There's nothing remotely inappropriate about that particular picture. Yes, we had a very consenting relationship, but legally speaking, and I've just got to say that's a perfectly innocent shot. What happened between closed doors? Well, that's why privacy is a word.
Now this is LA Times misinformation. Of course, it just blew this out of proportion, and of course that's how HR had to wriggle their way into it and hire Ron, of course, the intimacy coordinator.
Well, we got Ron immediately after the scandal broke. I mean, Ron fills a couple of duties on set, the intimacy coordination, obviously, and also if people share things too much. I mean, nobody cares about your feelings or whatever's going on in your private life. We're all there to do a job. So if people start oversharing, which is the way of the world these days, Ron, he steps in and he does his thing, don't you, Ron?
Well, that's right. But then I always make sure that they can have someone to talk to, so they can get it off their furry little chests. And,
you're more like a therapist to everybody. Everybody's daddy.
I am. Oh, yeah. This is the whole role for the intimacy coordinator. You see, because people don't realize. They just don't realize how fragile these puppets are. Coming at the scene.
Sorry about that. Uninspired. I hit the wrong button there. We're gonna meet a couple of the stars of the film later. I know one of them's still in a jet currently, so we're hoping we'll catch him when he lands. Good publicity, David Macy's said. Now, perhaps Marella, because I know your time is limited, we could come on to you in your role of dog wrangler.
Yep.
This is the first time, I believe, that real dogs and Muppet dogs have been occupying the same space on a set. We've got a still here. Now, I'm not sure if this is a Muppet dog or if this is a real dog, but this is the...
that's Brutus. Yes, that's Brutus. who's a real dog.
And he doubled for I think the dog that kind of is carrying the infestation, so to speak.
Yes, yeah.
So how did he and the other Muppet dogs get on? And here's a couple of his co-stars now. Do you remember the names of these two?
Yes, that's Cerberus on the right and Fluffy on the left. Yes.
Oh, Fluffy and Cerberus.
Fluffy.
Nice names.
Quite contrasting names.
Yes.
Yes. Well, you know, I didn't name them. They're not actually my dogs. Brutus was mine, though.
Right. Two different.
Brutus did a fine job, I may say.
Oh, yes, he's a fabulous actor. Absolutely fabulous actor.
So
little known fact, of course, that dogs, when they're trying to be act aggressive on film, they tend to still be quite happy that they're doing such a good job, and their tails wag, and their tails have to be CGI'd in post, you see, to make them look vicious.
Right.
Oh, all right.
What were the other complexities that you had mixing Muppet and oh my God, that's yes, this is what I mean. This is the part of the effects sequence when the dog goes
the transformation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Into
well, mixing, of course, with Muppets and dogs, it causes slight issues with the whole butt sniffing thing. Yeah. But they got on very well in the end. Yes. As long as nobody made any squeaking noises, it was all fine.
There were some issues of intimacy with the puppet and the dog, because the dog didn't realize it was a puppet. And he fell in love, and then he kept on jumping on the back and humping all the time. Humping.
Yes, but
it got a little bit messy, and we had to get the cleaners in to clean up the puppets, and there's a little bit of a drama that day.
So when there's intimacy on set with the Muppet actors and a live dog, does that fall under your purview, Dr. Warren, to sort that out, or does that come under the dog?
I never really worked with animals.
No, that was more my sort of responsibility.
Exactly.
Right.
And it was the first time we worked together. It was great teamwork, though. It's great teamwork.
You don't work with animals. It's just purely Muppets and humans.
Exactly. Yes.
Right. Okay. Cool. Well, let's go back to the beginning. We'll come back to some other elements. Indeed, I know, Marella, you've got to get off soon. Was there anything else you wanted to cover about your role in the film, or Hamilton? Did you want to say anything about your colleague here? Are you going to work with her again on a future production?
Well, depending on the success of this broadcast, what I'm hoping is that YouTube will raise an army to demand seeing this film, and hopefully we can get Marella back for the Thing 2, the Thing 3, and Thingy Thing, which would be the end of an epic 5-picture arc of what we're planning.
The proper Thing saga. That would be incredible.
Thing.
Yes. And I have several dogs in training at the moment, actually, ready to go whenever you say the word.
Good. So YouTube, you want this film? You tell everybody.
And would all of those Thing movies be musicals?
Yeah. Because you can never have enough musicals. We are in talks with Netflix and Amazon. Hopefully, we can get the backing to do this. So the next one is going to be the Thing 2 is going to be more of a hip hop version of the film set in the grimy streets of New York.
Oh.
Right.
Now, would you ever consider bringing it to Broadway with the dogs, of course, and Marella?
Well, we're going to have to work with Marella and her team on that, but my God, yes.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I would definitely be up for that. Yes.
Well, Marella, we'll let you go because we know you're needed on set. You're doing Santa Claus Conquers the Holidays, so
yes.
Look forward to working with the reindeer. Should be fun. Look forward to that. Thanks very much for popping on.
Thanks
I'll
for
let you
coming
go.
on.
And,
Thank you for having me.
An
not
absolute
at all.
pleasure.
Fantastic. So let's go back to the beginning of the production then. Quite a huge budget. Yeah, big set, huge budget. Let me just get on my notes here. So the origins of the project, before we get on to the casting, how did what was the thinking behind let's bring Muppets and the Thing together with songs?
Sure.
With such a high production value as well.
Yeah, what was the thinking behind that?
When I came up with this idea, I'd come out of a bad working relationship. I used to work with Lin-Manuel Miranda. You know the guy who wrote Hamilton, the musical. We were actually working on an early version of that. It was actually about my third uncle. He was a podiatrist. And we were working on bringing that show to Broadway, but I think we had a bit of a falling out, and he left. He took my work, and I guess everybody knows what he did with it. In fact, can I just say, before we go any further, Lin-Manuel Miranda, are you watching? Me and you, two pianos, let's have a song off. Old school rules, any genre, any subject, YouTube can pick, and then we will see who is the king of Broadway. You win? But anyway, I digress. Because of that particularly bad relationship breakup, I decided, what can I do which is gonna make the world sit up and take notice? And I thought, John Carpenter, The Thing, musical. Nobody's ever done it. Nobody ever would. So I thought that challenge is too good to pass up. And we set about contacting a few musical luminaries like Mark Ronson and Jimmy the Spit, which he's a hip hop artist, which he actually lives down the road from me. One thing led to another, and we got the rights, and we went straight into production.
Wow. Yeah, it's incredible how quickly everything came together, and the adding of the Muppets themselves into it. Yeah. How did this come into play?
Well, originally we did approach the Jim Henson Studios. And I laid out the pitch for them, but they just weren't interested. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. So what we decided to do is, take a bit of a Christopher Nolan edge on this and do it as practically as possible. And that was the idea behind the whole film. We wanted real helicopters, real Muppets. We contacted the Muppet Union for advice on how to best proceed. The buzz was quite the thing. We got admittedly, the cheese scandal did help generate interest, but we were excited. We were speaking to Scorsese and Tarantino originally, but they passed. I kind of decided to look at directing it myself at one stage.
Oh, well, I haven't seen the preview of it. Of course, Lance and I have had the exclusivity. Thank you for that. Yeah. I think that this completely, I think that they're just afraid of the success that this can have in theaters because it's just so unique and big, and the value, the production budget, everything, as we can see on screen. These are exclusive stills that you can only find here, ladies and gentlemen. So this is something that is phenomenal. You have, of course, you don't need my seal of approval, but you have it for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you look at Muppets.
Put that on the poster. You've got the seal of approval from the uninspired reviewer. I think it's a good endorsement.
I mean, right there. That will help enormously. I mean, you're so used to Muppets being so family friendly. I just wanted to bring the Muppets into an adult realm. This is a film for adults, and if you want Muppets doing adult things, shape-shifting into aliens, singing a few songs along the way. This film is for you.
So there were a few names in the hat before, you bagged Richard Dryfuzz, who, as we know, is up there. He's up there with the biggies.
He's up there with the big leagues like Flint Fluffwood, all of them.
Yeah, Flint Flockwood. You nearly had Dolly Knockers in the film at one point.
She came in and read a few times, and it was looking good, but we couldn't reach an agreement.
Too bad.
There were a few other names in the hat, right?
Yeah, well, since it is a musical, we did hear that you had Flossie Elliott that wanted to hop on, and she would have done something. But since it is in the realm of hip hop, as you said, that's what you want the sequels to be. Maybe there is a possibility that she could hop on for that. We heard of Angelina Grouchy, who wanted to join on as well.
Angelina Grouchy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's the ex-girlfriend of Oscar Grouch, of course, from Sesame Street.
Mm-hmm.
And we know they had a very public, sort of legal breakup
battle.
There. Their divorce. Wow. I mean, there was a lot of fighting over that bin. Who got the house? That got pretty nasty. That.
Yeah, we heard that Harrison Fuzz was in for the lead role. But
Harrison Fuzz. I mean, imagine that. Yeah. What happened? What happened to Harrison Fuzz?
Well, he didn't kind of see it on the same wavelength we did. He wanted to do it more of a Shakespearean monologue. For example, when first day on set, when he did arrive, he came in, and instead of singing the song, he simply said, "Forsooth, what do I see before me? I see wilderness." I said, "No, Harrison, that is not the lines. It is more 5, 6, 7, 8. I gotta be warm." And he just wouldn't do it. So we kind of had to let him go.
Oh yeah, I think it may be the ego between Harrison Fuzz because of the Fuzz Wars movies. It was really probably overblown.
We've got. I hear that he's just coming into the studio now. We've got actor Richard Dryfuzz coming in just a second. There he is, in fact, in a key scene here where they're trying to work out who's Muppet and who's not. But before that, just a quick question from the chat from Blue Collar Loser. Thank you for the $5 super chat. My gas and electric bill has actually arrived. I haven't opened it yet, but it is here, and I've never seen an envelope quite so thick. So I'll be doing a special stream about this when I open it. It's looking pretty hefty. There, that's a pretty thick
British
envelope. Yeah, man, it's £1,300.
Wow.
Backdated because they got it wrong, even though I've been paying over the odds. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, Richard Dryfuzz, what a legend, what an actor, 2-time nominee. So Blue Collar Loser, the most important question is simple. Was enough precious alcohol readily available for the cast? It's a cold environment and Muppets crave it. Yeah, it was cold at first, but I know you had to change that up. But we'll get on to that later.
Get to that, yeah.
Okay.
Two big shoots, bit like Cleopatra. They started filming it in the UK, and then it went over, and then they rebuilt the set in Italy. You sort of had something similar happen here, but maybe we'll talk about that later when we have another one of your cast on. But let's go to we got Richard Dryfuzz in the house. I think he's ready now. If I can get a thumbs up, yeah, I think he is. Okay, so let's just take that down for a sec because we got the real McCoy, and of course, Dr. Warren, you would have got to know Richard Dryfuzz very well, doing the human interaction and so forth. Here he is.
Hi, Lance. How you doing?
Hey, Dickie.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. I know you're on. You're on Broadway at the moment, doing that new fantastic play. I coughed up a big furball.
It's great. It's going really great.
Yeah, I heard that. You're up for a few Tonys there. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, yes, it's really fantastic, man.
Great stuff, man.
So, Richard, what first attracted you to the role of scientist Blairfelt in the movie?
Well, it's difficult to say. It's such a great script, and I have some really great solo songs. Yeah, no, it was just a fantastic project. I mean, the director, what an awesome guy to work with. Yeah, no, I just had to be involved. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, talking of the songs, we've actually got a little compilation of those here. So perhaps we'll have a quick look at those now then. Is that all right?
Yeah, cool.
Shotgun and a can of bass. Pensacola feeling, I got something to say. I'm gonna save the world, I'm gonna save it today. Oh yeah, let's go save the world, boys. Grab your guns and your ammo. What's that? We're out of ammo? Flamethrowers will do. Too nice. There.
Fantastic.
Ooh, yeah.
Fantastic, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
We can see why you're up for a few Tonys. This is
yeah,
that was great.
I keep forgetting
yeah.
that you had a cameo from Monkey Pox playing Pensacola Phil, singing a can of whoop ass. Well, I mean, that's a #1 hit right there.
Absolutely. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that was a great video with you, and I think that's Olivia Flange Dubois, who played the alien sort of most of the time.
Yes.
Yeah, Flanny. Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to have her on later, subject to certain contract stipulations and quite a hefty fee. Still trying to work out the
yeah, she can be a bit funny like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is I think this is the first song that happens in the
musical.
in the show, in the musical, and I believe is this the one that takes place when you guys find the ship in the ice?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we find this mysterious ship, and we don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think in the original film, there's like maybe 11, 12 people on the base. I can't remember the exact number. This base has, this is quite a big cast. You've got no less than 53 scientists. Now, I mean, as a producer, Hamilton, your job is to keep the budget down and keep the cast tight. But was this something that was necessary for the big musical numbers for the film? Great comment from Black Sun here. What the fuck is happening? We love it. If you've got any questions for our guest, our producer, pop them in the chat and we'll get to them. Yeah. What's the thinking about having a cast of 57 Muppets? Is it the number?
Well, I love Busby Berkeley and those massive dance numbers, and I wanted to give it some scale. I mean, it's a story of an alien shape-shifting. I mean, the original plan was for the alien to come down, take everybody over, and then make them play the saxophone. But that was a little bit problematic, too many saxes in one place. So we thought we'd have a massive dance number. We came up with a few backstories for the scientists. You are a doctor of toenails, you are a doctor of hairbrushes, you were a doctor of the correct use of cups, just so the actors had something to go on. But, we went a little bit over budget, but I think the dance numbers speak for themselves. They're amazing. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
And I'm looking forward to doing the next one and maybe having a synchronized swimming number.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes.
Well, I mean, it's interesting that you mentioned synchronized swimming because we've had another super chat from Gooch Diabolical Souls. I want to know, it's a 2-question thing, how the production managed the potential Muppet strike. Did they get the scene done before? And then we have a second question for been enjoying from Bo Romeo, enjoying Jim Henson's staff watching Farscape. Hey there, Dryfuzz. Would you do a Muppet Jaws? So,
yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'd love to do a Muppet Jaws. Yeah.
just when you thought it was safe to go back to the closet. Yeah, I mean, that could be.
I think we're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
I can see Hamilton already thinking.
Well,
dollar signs in your eyes.
We had many conversations with SAG, and what we managed to do is get a waiver. I spoke directly to Fran Drescher, who is the head of SAG, and explained what we were doing. And she said as long as she can have a voiceover in the film, she'd be more than happy to, grant us an exemption in this case. Yeah, I mean, all the Muppets had paid their dues, and we got the go-ahead.
I think it'd be a great idea to do a Jaws remake, the Muppets, and with like Miss Poggy, with beating a shark up. I think it'd be great. She's got so many anger issues, you know. That's great. That's great. I would love to work on that.
There you are, Richard. If we can go back one still.
Hey,
that's there you are in your lab. You're kind of trying to work out how long humanity and Muppet mankind has got to live.
Because of the
tense scene, and I see you've got the rope there. There's the rope at the top there.
Oh yeah.
This is. I mean, people might think Muppets are in it. Jim Henson's name was accidentally on the poster until legal action was taken. They might think this movie's for kids, but it's really, as Hamilton mentioned earlier, it's kind of an adult. This is still an adult film.
It's new. It's incredibly new, and of course, what you guys pulled off, even with the immense cast, to still manage to keep the tension aspect of the film while incorporating the musicals. I mean, once I saw the first musical number, as soon as they discovered the alien ship, you knew that this was going to be something else that you've never seen before. Which, of course, just fantastic all the way through. And Richard Dryfuzz, your performance.
Let's hold there. Let's hold there on the still. Don't go any further from. Let's hold on that still. Sorry. Uninspired. Carry on.
No worries. No, you can go ahead.
No. I just wanted to hold on that still. I just want to hold on that still.
Oh, okay.
The couch scene.
I mean, it's going down well with the people that are watching it. Hamilton. Jamalama says, "Genius, pure genius. He's so emotional. He's moved to tears."
Oh, awesome. We're doing a good job then, guys.
Yeah,
indeed you are.
I mean, Richard, I hear you're up for a Fuzzy Felt award for the film. I mean, obviously, it's got to get an official release for that to be that to be happening. Now that'd be your third Fuzzy Felt. Do you have a special cabinet where you put them all, or do you just stick them to the wall with Velcro in your house?
No, I have a cabinet for them. Yeah, I have a cabinet.
Is there a lot of room in that cabinet, or
No, I'm gonna have to buy another one, I think.
Well, you should if you ever plan on making the Jaws. Well, you'll probably get
another
one.
Yeah, absolutely.
You deserve every award, Richard. Every award.
Oh, thank you. I couldn't do it without you, though.
No, it's a team effort here. Now, there was a very interesting thing about this scene here. Now, as you know, in the John Carpenter version, that particular scene involves Kurt Russell testing blood to determine who is the thing. But with our version right there, we've got Pensacola Phil, testing the blood, and also asking who can sing an F sharp. Because if you can sing an F sharp, that means you are the thing. And that's how we determined you had been taken over by the alien in the movie. So once you sing that F sharp, we were all coming at you with flamethrowers.
That's a bit like that episode of South Park where if that guy sings that high note in the song, the cow explodes with the explosives attached to it.
Well, that is exactly where we got the inspiration from, but legally we didn't.
Right. Coming on to some of the more, gory effects sequences here. I know Rob Bottin wasn't available, but you got some pretty top Muppet effects coordinators working on this. Let's hold on the stills there for the moment. Warren and Richard, was this the first time you guys had worked together, and were there any special techniques employed to sort of get Muppet and Human coordination going?
Yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I guess. Go.
I was saying, it was the first time that we'd worked together. Never had an intimacy coordinator before on set, but he really brought something fantastic to the set, and such a great energy about him. Yeah.
Well, we've crossed paths at the Muppet Union.
Yes,
and,
of course, yeah.
Work closely with everyone at the Muppet Union, as the welfare of all Muppets should be foremost, the most important thing. But it was a pleasure to work with you on this wonderful project, and I will obviously keep very quiet about our little conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't got the Human member of the cast able to join us tonight because unfortunately he's dead. But
yes,
was there anything that you did to prepare that actor for working with Muppets? Techniques, or did they have to attend any kind of special course? What's the training involved there?
Well, ultimately, getting involved with Muppets is working with any actor. But in this case, we had to get our leading guy to not smoke for the duration of the shoot because, our Muppets are fluffy, easily flammable. But also, don't speak French in front of them, simply because I don't know why when you speak French in front of a Muppet, it kind of gets them going. So with those things in hand, those things in hand, not much love to our French-speaking audience. But when you say bonjour to a Muppet, things go down. Richard, I'm so sorry. So with that training in hand, the leading actor was okay to go.
I know. I think it's always important to let the humans know about Muppet psychology.
It's a different kettle of fish.
They're very erratic, and they're very they get very tense very quickly, and they're emotional. They're more emotional than humans, you see. And so we have to explain.
We're very complex people.
Exactly. And so it's once you have, I'm like the Muppet Whisperer, you see.
Yeah.
And so they talk to me, and then I talk to the humans and get them prepared for what they're about to do with these beautiful, wonderful beings.
I mean, back in the day, it was, homophobia that people had to deal with in the entertainment industry. Richard,
homophobia.
Mophobia.
Homophobia. We need to eliminate that scourge of humanity.
Yeah. Did that manifest itself at all on this set, or did Dr. Warren have that all under control for you?
Well, Dr. Warren, I think you're the best person to answer this.
I'm the only one around. And it's a privilege, It's I've been working on this for a very long time. It's been my passion of my life, the psychology of puppets. And when I found out that no one was working on it, I thought, well, this is going to be groundbreaking. And it's been a lifelong project, and at the University of Whimsy World is where we put the work on to work out the feelings of a Muppet. It's very complex.
Yeah, the University of Whimsword. Not sure I've ever heard of that.
Yes, it's a very special Muppet University.
Uninspired, I know you're completely fluent in French. Is there anything you want to ask our actor Richard Dryfuzz before?
Yeah, I am fluent in French, but don't worry, Richard. I shall refrain from speaking in my native tongue, of course, because thankfully we do have.
I thought Richard looked pretty keen, but okay.
Well, maybe I don't know. Richard, are you okay with it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go on. I'll give it a go. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say just a couple of words and see how it is. Of course, we have our coordinator here, our intimacy coordinator, just in case anything goes wrong. So, of course, Richard, vous étiez très bon dans le film. Are you good, Richard? Everything is good?
You okay, Richard?
It was a compliment, Richard. It was a compliment.
Have you taken your pills, Richard?
Yeah. I'm good. It's good to face your fears, I think. Good to face your fears.
Fantastic.
Great advice I gave you.
Well, we'll move on from that. Richard, I know you've got to get off, so I just want to thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Being an honorary member of the Outcast Creative, so to speak. It's great.
Of course,
great to have
cheers
you on.
Cheers to another Fuzzy Felt Award for you, Richard.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, we hope you do win a Fuzzy Felt. And obviously, if that Jaws movie goes ahead, no doubt you'll be involved.
I will be in touch with you, Richard, after this stream. We got to talk about that.
Yeah, for sure, man.
All right. Thanks a lot, Richard. Take care.
Thank you, Richard.
Well, what a trooper.
Fantastic.
Great to meet the great Richard Dryfuzz for the first time. Big fan. I hope I was professional.
Face his fears as well. Fantastic. What a champion.
So let's talk a bit more about I know we've got another guest coming on in a little bit, but let's talk a bit more about some of this effects work. How long would it take to do this? And were any Muppets injured during these scenes?
No, not at all. This is an actress named Bessie. She just hadn't moisturized that morning. So I just had to say to her, do not do anything. Come as you are, and then makeup will make you look vaguely human Muppet later on. But this is her as she literally got out of the car. Oh, that's Bob. I haven't seen Bob for a while. Calamari Bob, for obvious reasons. But that is nothing more than a lot of jam all over his face. And he was a big fan of chilies, and mostly in his eyes, which kind of explains the, oh my God, I have chilies in my eyes look. But he was really great to work with. He was okay to sit in a chair for at least 2 weeks before we got to get him on set. Real trooper.
And they all did a fantastic job as well. Sometimes in the film, what you can see is, the effects because of the Muppets and their pure, I guess what you could say is their pure determination and their pure will to make this film work. It ends up looking better than the original a lot of the time, actually.
Yeah. No, exactly. It was such a team effort. And that guy there, oh my God, is that Johnny? That is Johnny. We were so lucky to get Johnny because he just come off a Macbeth tour, playing Macbeth as that monster there, and we were so lucky to get him involved.
Now, in terms of
I mean that there, we've got our actor with the flamethrower there. I mean, when he said, "Is this a flamethrower I see before me?" Oh my God, there is silence on set.
Yeah, and speaking of the flamethrowers, now of course we know that they are Muppets, of course, which is they are some of the most flammable people that we have, the most flammable beings that we have in our world. The
Indeed, they
issue
are.
is, how was the balance between the Muppets and the flamethrowers on set? Because it is clear that it is them holding the flamethrowers and it's real flames that are shooting. Was the production, how did that go on set? Because we would think as the audience that there would have been a lot of problems.
Yeah, well, it's
Let's go back one still if we can, just for the moment.
It took a lot of planning, but with
anti-fire protection on all the Muppets.
Exactly,
It's like
and
a
fire
leopard
protection.
spray.
Yeah. I mean, when the flamethrowers were involved, we rubbed all the Muppets down in Vaseline, just to keep them safe, obviously. And we had various firemen and firemen and firewomen on staff to just
Fire puppet. Well,
stop things if things got a little out of hand.
Yeah, and Dr. Warren, or Ron, as you said that we should call you. How did you, as the intimacy coordinator, how did you manage to wrangle all the Muppets and have them face their fears? Of course, fire is a life-ending threat to them.
Well, it was such an amazing bunch of Muppets that they wanted to make this film a masterpiece, which it is, and they were so determined to get over this fear of fire. And he had hypnotherapy sessions. And I would sit there in the room and I'd go, 1, 2, 3, sleep. 1, 2, 3, sleep. Like that. It's all on the wrist. And they'd be and then they'd all fall asleep and I'd talk them through their traumas of when they were born, and then see that first flame, and then I eradicated the fear from their little heads, and then they were ready to go.
Fantastic.
They're ready to go, and they had no problems of fire ever again.
Well,
you truly are the Muppet Whisperer.
If we could go to the next still after this one, when you say they had no problems with fire ever again, 2 of the cast did indeed catch fire during the finale song for the movie Burn Baby Burn.
I know, but this is where the therapy that I give means that they have no fear of fire at all, and they just went into it. And that
one of the Muppets was
down a bit, and they were fine. They were fine.
One of them was in intensive care for 6 weeks. I mean, I read that was settled amicably, I guess, out of court, presumably.
He's been stitched up really well.
Yeah. But you know what? He was so happy we got the shot. His name was Jimmy Two Balls. Yeah, and that was
love that man.
I heard he's just called Jimmy Ball now.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's anything to do
Sorry,
with
I'm a little emotional. It was we got the shot, but yeah.
Now this sounds preposterous. Our good friend Stepenzo's in the chat. Read that you spent a whopping $75 million on flamethrowers, or was that to settle the burning of the Muppet? Still safer than the Abyss set, says.
We took a lot from the Abyss set. You didn't hear that, James Cameron. But we spent so much on the flamethrowers because we needed complete control of fire. I mean, hey, for this film, we defied the laws of physics just to get the perfect shot. And oh my God, you look at that set right there, that shot. We got the band playing Burn Baby Burn. It speaks for itself. We had complete control of those flames. I will tell you now.
I think there's someone actually on fire that's lying prostrate in the foreground. But before I miss it, super chat from Dan Candy. Thanks, buddy. Hamilton, I know this is off topic, but what's the latest on the Caligula musical with Malcolm McDuck? Malcolm McDuck. I mean, yeah, he's been in some controversial pictures in his day. The long-awaited the Caligula musical project. That's been delayed a few times. That's been in turnaround a few times.
Well, Dan, I'm so glad you asked. We are currently in pre-production of that particular movie. We're working on a number of songs. We have Neil Finn from Crowded House. He's working on some of the Caligula's main numbers. Rome, Rome, I'm gonna kill you all. Rome, Rome. And that is a great number. You're gonna love it. We are in talks with Angelina. She wants to be Caligula's mother, even though she's only 5 years older than him. But that's what we do in Hollywood with regards to females. Cast them only 5 years older. They're playing parents. It's a trope. It's what we do. But stay tuned, Caligula. Stay tuned.
Yeah, Adam Gray said he loved him in Crockpot Orange.
Crockpot Orange.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's I saw that and I said, this guy, I got to get him in a movie. I don't know, Caligula. Let's do that. And he was amenable.
Dr. Warren, I think, sorry, Ron. I know you like to be called Ron. Crockpot Orange is another one of your IMDb credits. The scene with the Muppet eyeballs. I mean, that must have been pretty traumatic to prepare your Muppet actors for that.
Like I said, there's a technique together with hypnosis and preparing the Muppets for whatever they have to face inside the movie and the project, you see. And I've been finding that this technique works really well. And they come back to me all the time for therapy sessions. You know, anytime that they have, you see, they're method puppets. Okay. So they want to really dig deep inside their emotions, and they do a great job. I think it's the way forward. You know,
we can ask our next guest about that in just a sec. Actor Monkeypox, again, from Bananas the Musical. He's in that, of course, is the new Tarzan stage production. I'm not sure why they didn't feel that Tarzan was a branded name they could use, but hey, maybe we can ask him about that in a sec. He's in the studio now, but while we're talking about sort of some outtakes and behind the scenes, before we bring in Monkeypox, let's check out some of the behind the scenes stuff.
Okay, we're ready.
Sorry, makeup is just helping me out there.
No, that's okay, honey. Okay, quiet on set. Action.
I don't feel very well.
No, you go with it, honey. This is working. It's great. Oh my God, that was disgusting. I love it. Okay, can we channel Beyonce and my therapist? You haven't met her, but think sexy. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Music's not playing.
Oh.
I've played Ophelia, darling, sung arias and mumbled on several Christopher Nolan movies. And you want me to play a what?
Where are you going? Oh, God. If she won't do it, let's get Idina Menzel.
Fantastic. Oh, it's one of the behind the scenes section. But let's bring on Mr. Pox. He's in the house.
Hello, boyo.
Poxy, how you doing?
I'm good.
Excellent. I know you've just come off stage, so you're probably a little bit tired, but we do appreciate you giving time.
No bother at all.
Now, we should warn you that one of our hosts of the show, Uninspired Reviewer,
yes,
is French, and we know we've learned tonight that Muppets do seem to become a little aroused by the French language, or impacts them emotionally.
Monkey parts, just remember now, monkey parts, what I said to you. When they start talking French, just think about words and take it easy.
Okay.
Breathe easy. Okay, you're going to be fine now.
And Muppet Lives Matter, I think.
Muppet Lives Matter, of course.
Lives Matter.
Oh.
Say that.
Yes, they certainly do.
Yes, indeed.
A pleasure to meet you, and of course, do not fear monkeypox. Do not fear.
So, I mean, he sounds French. It's only because he is. Do you want to tell us how did you first become involved? I think Hamilton first saw you in that stage production of Gorillas in the Mist, but then the budget was cut and it was just called A Gorilla in the Fog. Because I think also the smoke machine malfunctioned and it was kind of all done on the fly. But nevertheless, you stood out. You were the person who, got the rave reviews. I think one reviewer said, "I could only see one actor during the entire production. Monkeypox downstage. The rest of the cast were enshrouded in fog. Truly a unique stage experience." Well, I mean, reviews don't come any better than that.
Absolutely not. No.
Hamilton was in the audience.
Review, yes.
Tell us what happened. How you came to become cast as Pensacola Phil.
Well, I was talking to my very good friend Richard Dryfuzz, and he was telling me that he was involved in this film, and I thought that sounds marvelous. So I got in touch with the production, and their people spoke to my people, and the next thing I knew, I had a screen test, and it all went marvelously well.
Absolutely. I could not have cast anyone better for this role.
Thank you.
It looks like on the clips we just saw, you had a bit of an upset stomach on set, or was that an actual special effect? I wasn't sure. Tell us about that.
Oh, no. That I was doing the singing on that one, where the music wasn't playing.
Oh, sorry. That was so. It's hard to tell Muppets apart sometimes, and I'm not being
especially the monkey ones. Yes,
I'm not being Muppetist, but
a little bit Muppetist. Hard to tell them apart. Would you check your language?
Well,
it is ignorance, not Muppetism.
I think it's my glasses. They're a little dirty. Yeah, I'm sorry. They are very dirty. I need to clean these. Just hold them up so that you can see the dirt on there. So it's entirely my fault. So I'm professional. Uninspired, jump in.
Yes, of course. In terms of the musical aspect of it, how did you, Monkeypox, find the fact of turning The Thing into a musical, and especially with Muppets, of course, even though you have a massive career before doing this?
Oh yes, but it's very important, I think, to bring Muppets into the mainstream media, to show that we can do very serious work. You know, we're not just all Sesame Street and sitting in boxes making jokes. You know, so yes, I found this a marvelous project to work on, and I think it's a very important piece of work. And making it a musical, I mean, well, it's never been done before, and I think it should be done more often.
And even, how did you see, of course, the fact of having Ron, Dr. Warren here on set as well as the intimacy coordinator? How did you feel? Of course, did it add any, I guess, how would you say this? Did it add any value to the production, of course? You see what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I mean, back in the day, we didn't have such things, and humans would try and take us out for cups of coffee. And well, I don't drink coffee. I prefer banana milkshakes myself. But now we had somebody to talk between us and smooth things over. It was a very, very enriching experience.
That's incredible to hear.
Tell you now, Vinny.
And it's so good because and Monkeypox is actually managed by the prominent Welsh actor Michael Sheen, who is forwarding bringing forth the Welsh Muppets to the world. I mean, my God, you've got Richard Burton, Michael Sheen, and now we have Monkeypox and Shirley Bassey, of course, great Welsh and artists of our time.
Tom Jones as well. Don't forget Tom Jones.
Oh, Tom Jones.
Yes.
So, I thank Michael for bringing Welsh Muppets to the fold so we can all benefit. I mean, the Welsh people, my God, their incessant singing and love of leaks. Better.
Absolutely, yes.
There's two of your co-stars here, big actors in their own right. You've got Ginger Biscuit in the middle there, and Johnny Sausage Fingers. Did you get to do any scenes with them? Of course you did. You're all in the big musical numbers together. I'm just trying to remember the narrative of the whole film here. How was it working with these two Muppet legends?
Oh, absolutely fantastic. They're so lovely. They're just amazing. Absolutely, yes.
And who's this chap on the right? This is one of the Human production crew. I know with the new quota, there was only a minimum of sort of 7 of them involved per Muppets. Important to have the right number of Muppets in the crew.
Yeah, requirements by the Muppet Union, of course.
By the Muppets Union, that's right. On a Muppet film, it's got to be 65% Muppet crew members. I mean, did you feel everybody was qualified in their roles? What was the production team like?
Oh, they were smashing. Absolutely smashing they were, yes. Such a lovely crew. And I personally, I didn't have any problems with anybody.
It's fantastic. Dabadonis the Stout says this is the first and need to know when it's coming out.
Well, Dabadonis, of course, you can help in terms of it coming out. This is us trying to give the film a bit more recognition. This is exclusive only on this channel that you're going to see this for now until there are
the
proper
word,
backers.
my friend. We are trying to get this film released. Talk to the Hansen company. Talk to anyone you can. And then you could see some magic happen right here on this channel.
Oh, yes. And even Monkeypox, you added a very certain je ne sais quoi to the mix. Oh, apologies for the French. Apologies for the French. Are you good there, Monkeypox?
Yep, I will take the compliment. Thank you. Yes.
Fantastic. And the production itself was just something that we saw as revolutionary is even the word. Genius was the word that was used previously. And Dabadonis the Stout Muppets have a special place in my heart ever since I was a kid. Yeah. And now you're watching something that is made for adults in terms of being a Muppet, of course.
Absolutely. I think it's very important that we grow with our audience.
Yeah. I can agree more.
Apologies for that.
Sorry, I was muted. I mean, it is quite difficult for Muppets to physically grow, though, isn't it? They do tend to stay the same size.
Oh, yes, but I was talking more sort of metaphysically about our work growing, not just doing A, B, C, but doing the die, monster, die.
Sure.
Yeah.
Muppet physically.
Muppets are so much more. They can grow spiritually. I mean,
they do get retailed.
Fuzzy surgeons can make them bigger, but this is quite the artist you're talking to here.
Sorry, Warren, Dr. Warren, jump in again there.
I was saying that they do get retailored as well. So when they get the new fabrics, the new up-to-date fabric, the fashion changes, they grow in that way. And their personality is always changing, learning. And they're amazing beings, like I said.
Yeah. Rennie has said, I don't find drug or alcohol addiction funny. It ruins lives. We couldn't agree more. I don't think we've made any comment about drug or alcohol addiction yet. I mean, give us time. But
I only use drugs in my therapy sessions.
That's response to this comment. I think all Muppets are unique, like alcoholics. Okay, that's a bit of banter going on in the chat, which we as the Outcast Creative take no responsibility for on this stream. Very good. Monkeypox, what's next for you? I know you're currently in Bananas, the Tarzan story told from the monkey's point of view, which is a unique take on that classic tale.
Yes, and I play the character of Cheetah, the monkey. Yes,
and you're I believe Edward Norton was playing Tarzan, but something happened, and he slipped on a banana on stage and he left. What? So you're getting a new.
Yes, it was a terrible accident. A terrible accident. Yes.
So who's coming in to replace Edward Norton in Bananas, Tarzan the musical, told from Cheetah's point of view?
Well, I think actually they're going to get my friend Michael Sheen in.
Michael Sheen.
Marvelous.
I mean, it's so obvious. You and him will be like sort of water and ice.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
We get on so well.
Indeed. Well, have you got any other projects lined up with Hamilton?
Well, no, not at the moment. No, I'm hoping I might get into the thing too.
Well, I got a good part for you in the thing. The conclusion to the ultimate 5 parts series on the Thing musical. So, well, I'll talk to Michael, and let's. My people will talk to your people, Monkey, and we'll see what we can do.
Hamilton,
and we must do lunch sometime.
Yes,
Hamilton, I've just seen
in LA. I'll call you.
Your co-producer on the film is actually in the chat. Jetpack Laser Penis, who I remember from the titles on the movie. A very unique name. He's just saying Roadhouse. I'm not sure if he is a big fan of the new Roadhouse, or is there plans to do is he telling us there's plans to do a Muppet Roadhouse? Now that I would like to see.
Ooh.
Yes, there. Well, you jumped the gun a little bit, but yes, we saw the Jake Gyllenhaal movie, and we were quite simply appalled. Because
you weren't the only one.
At no point did he talk about philosophy. AKA the great Patrick Swayze. So we are going to rectify that by setting it in a roadhouse. But this roadhouse will be frequented by all the great philosophers who get into fights. And it will be a kind of musical set in a dystopian wasteland. I think it's going to be great. But we are in early developmental stages. So look out for that.
Roadhouse meets Mad Max meets Bugsy Malone kind of thing.
Yes, with a philosophical edge.
That's a combination I feel I need to see. Well, Monkeypox, I know you need to get your beauty sleep because you're back on stage tomorrow. So
yes.
Well.
Merci beaucoup, Monkeypox.
We'll let you go. Oh, okay. Oh. Good. Well, au revoir, and see you again.
Come
on, please.
Sorry, I always say au revoir to all my guests. Well, let's move on because we're pushed for time a little bit. I want to get on to now. I know you were going to have it's a tradition, Hamilton, that you do like to have a cameo where possible, if you can work out the contract details with everybody's favorite furry trunked friend. But I understand that Mr. Snuffleupagus, he actually had his part cut from the movie. What happened there? He had a great part in Napoleon. He played the Napoleonic war elephant in the Battle of Waterloo,
which we discussed, of course, with you, Mr. Hamilton.
Yeah, we discussed that with you on the Napoleon stream. Again, excellent performance by Martin Wier. People want to see that stream, check it out on the Outcast Creative channel, where we talk about the 1996 version of Napoleon. Better than Ridley Scott's version, if we may say so. Hamilton, congratulations, and glad that the 9-hour cut's now been released. But yeah, so Mr. Snuffleupagus, his scene was cut. We didn't see him. We were waiting for him.
Yes. And I take full responsibility for that, because what we did, we cast him as a coffee maker. We were gonna have him on set making coffees for everybody. But as we've heard from Monkey there, Muppets, they don't drink coffee. They drink banana milkshakes. So it just made no sense to have him as the coffee barista, as it were. So we just had to cut the scene.
Oh no, it's a shame. It's a shame. However, I would have really enjoyed.
We took it on the chin.
Yeah. But he spoke to Warren. He was very upset. We're hoping to get him in for our new version of Roadhouse. Which may it's coming along. But Warren, you had some words to him there.
Yeah, he took it on the chin well, and he did take up a bit of a drug habit after that.
Yeah.
Sadly. It was a little bit, but it was only a short while that he got withdrawn from himself and everything else, because he put so much energy, and all his friends were in this film and everything. But he's back on his shoes again, and he's looking forward to that call again, Hamilton. The next project.
Well, let's not.
I'm sure him to do that.
Let's not discuss drug addiction on this stream, because, as we know, it's not funny and it ruins lives.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No,
so
quite right.
let's keep that. Yeah. So one of our regulars, Northern English Bastard, is expressing his dismay that the film hasn't been released yet. Jesus, first Sound of Freedom, then this. And I think we're expecting a few. You might be expecting a guest or two to come on and ask a couple of questions, actually, but I'll let you know.
I mean, considering the amount of cameos we had on this film, it's amazing that it's not out there. I mean, we had Idina Menzel come in and sing a few songs for us. Some of the leads, Idina Menzel, you know, that girl from Frozen, let it go, let it go.
Yeah.
She came in and sang a few things for us. I mean, yeah, it was a great session. I mean, we got drunk over a diminished fifth, and things got a little out of hand. But these songs speak for themselves.
Now, if we can get the picture of your big set, actually, this one will suffice. I mean, you had a major change of location at one point in the film, and this was.
What do you got?
This was partly down to a clause in your leading lady's contract, Olivia Flange Dubois. We know she can be a challenging actress.
Yes, a reputation being a bit challenging.
Yeah, being challenging. I mean, actors, actors, they're actors. So now, of course, you shot in northern Canada. In fact, it says in the production notes here, 500 meters from the John Carpenter set location, which is fantastic. But then you up sticks and changed location from the snowy wastes of Canada to the less than snowy wastes of Chad.
Yeah.
In fact, in the town of Fado, which is a coincidence because that town appears in my book, Diamonds in the Sky. Here it is. It's an oasis town. If we zoom in, the town does exist. We can see it. Here it is among the trees. And you can see. Now, this is the compound that you had especially built for yourself. During the visit, and then we can see there's your little house. I think that's with the pool there.
The pool, of course.
Yeah. I mean, some would say that relocating a movie that is set in the Antarctic into the middle of the Chad Desert, might present some production issues. And then, of course, getting the Muppet cast there. Here's the airport. It's not a very advanced
airstrip.
Yeah, airstrip. I mean, I don't know if that's the terminal. No, that's a bush. I thought that was a terminal, but it's a bush. Is there a terminal? Oh, wait, here it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
There's the terminal building.
Yeah, that's a guy in a hammock. He Mohammed, he runs customs there.
Right. A guy in
I
a
would
hammock.
like to say thank you for bringing in some economy to one of my native countries, which is Chad, of course. So I do know that my family was thankful they were around there for helping, of course, to build your fortress of solitude, which they like to call it.
And now I know to appease the people of the local village, you generously you built them this school here. I'm glad to see the school building is still there. So I mean, it's a thing, isn't it? Contracts. You got to check the contracts before you take on your cast. You got to make sure there's no clauses. And I mean, this is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, if we zoom out, this is literally in the middle of the hottest part of the world. You had to rebuild the entire set there. There it is. Now, those look like mountains, but that's actually a massive, that's a freestanding kind of three-dimensional appearing mountain, but it's actually a huge sheet of cardboard, very cleverly painted.
Movie magic, ladies and gentlemen.
We've pulled back away from the set so you can see the palm trees, of course, are natural. Imagine these tents and sections here. That's probably catering. There's your main set. Didn't that get hot? I mean, how did the Muppets cope with all the sand in there?
Well, firstly, the Muppets are actually cold-blooded beings. They need the damn heat. I fired half of my production staff because I didn't know, and they should have known. And because we shot about 50% of the movie in Canada before, there were health issues, and Warren had his work cut out, and it just became clear to me that we need to move somewhere hot. And Chad seemed like the perfect place. I mean, I know what you're thinking, Antarctic, and then the Sahara Desert, for God's sakes. But hey, they filmed Cleopatra, set it in Egypt, and filmed it in England. The most cloudiest, miserable place you could possibly visit. So it's not unprecedented.
No,
it don't sweat. You see, it don't sweat at all.
Yeah,
it's a perfect environment for them. See,
we all
laying in there, didn't we, Warren? Yeah, no, they were laying out in the sun when in downtime. This is a good thing for puppet welfare, and it's come with a rough and a smooth. You see that the humans have to deal with it, and that's the way it goes when you work with these puppets.
Well, I'm just waiting for clearance to bring on our last guest. That's actress Olivia Flange Dubois. Sorry. Now, Hamilton, I know you and her haven't spoken since the movie.
The incident.
Creating personal differences.
So we hope you guys can keep it cordial. But she is the star of the film, so she's told us many times. We had to invite her on, and she demanded actually to come on. But of course she plays the part of the thing. So many hours in makeup, lots of different costumes, as we've seen, sometimes incorporated with other Muppet actors. Let's bring her on now for you guys to meet.
Well, hello.
Hello, Olivia.
Hello.
Good.
Hello, and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you and to see that you've made the time for us, of course.
Well, you know, I do like to meet my adoring public.
I am a huge fan.
Indeed. Yeah, Stepenzo said, Olivia Flange, I'm a, hang on a minute. He said, Olivia Flange, I'm a huge fan. And then said, how do I delete comments? I think he means, of course, she's late. Total. Oh, how I didn't see all these other comments. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, well, he didn't say that. Someone must have hacked his account.
Yeah, probably.
So, Olivia, you're one of the most sought after Muppet actors of your generation. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Not many of your generation left. I mean, I know that beard on the chin is real.
Yeah.
So, you know, how did you? I mean, obviously, why this heat clause in your contract about you've got to work in a country at all times over a certain degree of temperature? When you read the script and it's set in Antarctica, surely it was a given you were going to be working in a cold country. Yet you put your foot down and you insisted, and the whole production went to Africa at double the cost, no less.
But, I mean, you know, just because it's set in Antarctica doesn't mean it has to be filmed there. I mean, we film things in different places all the time. But you see, being the monster, the thing, mostly I'm naked. Everyone else is wearing thick coats and ski gear, and I'm just naked, and it was freezing, darling, absolutely freezing.
I mean, it is understandable that would be in your contract, especially for a film like this where you have to do a lot of the work. No,
absolutely,
it is great.
Yes.
And getting all this recognition as well, it's fantastic. I really do hope for you that the film just gets released 100%, because your acting was some of the best I've ever seen in terms of Muppets.
Oh, thank you, darling. Oh, how wonderful of you to say so.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I mean, here's some of your performances. In fact, we can see that you put your natural eye to good use in that shot.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And the false teeth, yes.
Indeed. 2 hours to get the teeth in, 2 hours to get them out again. Yeah. So, how was the production for you? Was your trailer satisfactory? How were the conditions?
Well, I mean, one can always have a bigger trailer, dear, but it was adequate. Adequate, yes.
Yeah. I mean, we heard $500,000 spent on your trailer to take it from the same one, to take it from Antarctica to Africa. Is that not a heavy demand on the budget of a movie? I mean, I could make a whole film with $500,000. Not with you in it, but I could make
exactly. There you go. You hit the nail right on the head there, lads. You could make the movie, but it wouldn't have me in it. And if you want to have me in it, I have to have the perfect trailer.
What sort of things would you have in this trailer?
Oh, well, you see, I have to have a bar with banana milkshakes on standby all the time. So there has to be a barman making fresh banana milkshakes for me. And obviously, you know, I have a coffee maker there just in case any of my human co-stars or the director wants to come over and have a chat. And then I like my white lilies. I do like white lilies. And a bowl of M&Ms, of course, but only purple ones. I like purple. They've got to be purple M&Ms, which have to be specially made for me. You know, just simple little everyday things like that.
Right. So I mean, like a movie maker's trailer or a Star Tours I don't know if you've heard of Star Tours film trailers. I think they're called Star Tours, something like that.
Star Tours.
Yeah, they're a famous. They provide the trailers for movies. I think it's called Star Tours. One of those wouldn't cut it. That, I mean, it was also the name of Star Wars Star Tours ride in Orlando.
Yes,
might get confusing. But well, I mean, so somebody said your trailer was 150 feet long. Is that must be an exaggeration, surely?
Well, no. I mean, by the time you've factored in the plunge pool, yes, it probably was about that size. Yes.
Plunge pool. All right.
I've got to say that it was an absolute pleasure working with you. I had no problems. No problems at all.
No,
I've
you
never had
were
any problems
absolute
with
darling.
no problems at all with Flange at all.
I've got a picture of your trailer here. Just managed to source it on the internet. I'm glad I was able to find it in time. I mean, maybe it's not quite 150 feet. I didn't realize it had 2 stories. Here it is.
Yeah, one, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty impressive. Let's flick through some of the other pictures here. I mean, maybe that probably is 150 feet. I like the way it expands out at the side. And I mean, is this so you could, presumably you have quite a large entourage. That's a staircase that Kate Winslet could come down and toss a bouquet from, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I was always ready for my close-up.
Yeah, indeed. And there's your toilet. Interesting. That's a nice selection. Is that an adequate amount of toilet roll for a Muppet on a shoot with the fur issues and so on?
I think so. Yes.
Fantastic. And what else do we have here? Let's look around. It's pretty nice. Now, I'm liking the lion motif on the sort of bust section here. What's the thinking behind that?
Well, I am sort of part lion, as you can tell by the mane. So yes, it makes me feel at home.
Yeah, I think this is quite fitting for you.
Absolutely, yes.
I can definitely see some resemblance there. There is a great picture of you and some of your cast and the production team sitting around this table playing bridge. I'm guessing between setups.
Yes.
No pictures of Hamilton anywhere in this trailer, or indeed within 200 yards of it. Hamilton, you weren't allowed inside Madame Dubois. You went inside the Dubois of the Dubois. If you follow me.
Well, she wouldn't let me inside. We had to talk about the scenes, what was happening the next day, but she wouldn't let me happen. I think it's because of what happened in France. But we had to stop. We were on our way to Chad. We had to make an emergency stop in Paris, and I tried to be as helpful as I could. I bought her headphones so she couldn't hear anything, but she never forgave me. I think you've got a hell of a temper, girl.
Well, yes, I know it, and I have apologized for that. But we actors, we're quite temperamental.
Yeah, it's this communication I'm telling you about before, about the emotional way of puppets. You see, it's all communication.
And is this where you would watch the dailies?
Yes.
Olivia. I mean, it's quite the vehicle.
Yeah, it is. It is
So,
quite the cost of production as well, as we have heard.
Yeah, I mean, Hamilton, how did you feel about having to spend £500,000? And that's just
contractually, of course.
That's just the shipping fee.
Oh, no. The thing is, I had a special deal on all of those trailers. My cousin Bob, he actually deals in those 150-foot plus trailers. So, I got some family rates on that. And besides, I have a 300-foot trailer. Why? Because I'm the boss. So, that was fine. I said to Bob, let's sort Olivia out. Let's just kind of make her happy because we got to get this picture done.
All right.
So, Olivia, you had a scene with the human actor, quite an extensive scene. Did Dr. Jigglesworth and you do anything special to prepare for that sequence?
Oh yes, we did a number of hypnotherapy sessions and some aromatherapy as well. But we got through it. Yes, and yes, the human actor was very professional indeed. Yes.
Yep. There wasn't much work to do because she's so professional and she's so talented, and she just her aura was there to be seen. So we more or less just done one or two hypnotherapy sessions, and we made use of the bar, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
I remember the bar was very useful, wasn't it?
Dr. Jigglesworth and Ron and Olivia. I mean, the two of you have been seen about town at a few events together. Is there any truth in is there anything more beyond just professional acquaintance there, or what's happening?
Oh, just professional acquaintance. It's all good.
Yeah, absolutely. Just everything very professional, very professional.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it would be so we won't be seeing you in a headline situation like our good friend.
No cheese involved. No
cheese.
Nothing cheesy here.
Okay, very good. Well,
that's very good to hear.
Indeed. Fantastic. Well, Olivia, thanks for taking time to come on. We have wired you your fee.
Yes, we do appreciate you. And merci. Yes.
Oh la la. Thank you. Got to be careful with the French.
Very sorry, Miss Dubois. I just assumed, your name sounds very French to me as a Frenchman. That's why.
Psychology doesn't work like that.
Doesn't? Okay. All right. Well, fantastic.
My apologies, Madame Dubois.
So, Madame Dubois, will you be working with Hamilton on anything in future?
Well, I mean, I've been listening in on this this broadcast, and the Jaws project sounds very interesting. I am quite a good swimmer,
Yeah, well, we'll consider it. We are looking for the actual Jaws part. If you're interested.
Oh yes, I would definitely be interested. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, I had heard that Jenny Swallows was up for that part. No, I mean, is she still being considered for the Jaws? Well, for the shark.
Well, she might be the baby shark, but Olivia would play the mother.
Right. What about Johnny Finback? Because I mean, Johnny Finback, his unique characteristics. On that Muppet actor would of course mean that you won't need a fin. You can just ask Johnny to dive under the water and
he'll do it himself.
There's your fin.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we are looking at him for some of the wide shots where when Olivia is not available, we can just have Johnny come by. But we're having a little trouble with John Williams right now. He doesn't want us to use his theme tune. So we're coming up with options, sound alikes, if you will. And so instead of the dun, something like dun, 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 dun,
it would suit the Muppets aspect better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely, yes.
You did a similar thing with Olivia with the Thing music, where the Thing music's kind of boom, 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 and you had the Muppet, ma.
Yeah.
I mean, Olivia can do it better than me, but
Olivia.
But I will yearn from outer space.
Oh, look at that!
It's to subjugate the human race.
That's the song, but okay, never mind. We'll just one more question, Olivia, before you go. Comment from Northern English Bastard. Now, he once met Malcolm McDuck, the famous Muppet actor, at a convention, but he kept asking me weird questions, personal questions, and tried to get me to try acid. I was on a date when this was happening, proper ruined my night. Malcolm McDuckers, he was in Orange Crockpot. I mean, quite the contentious film, a bit of a reputation. He was also in that film about the helicopter, Blue Thunder Fuzzy Bolt. Yeah, I mean, that's a good movie. And you worked with him a couple of times in your career. How have you found working with him lately?
Well, he can be a little bit temperamental, but generally speaking, he's very, very professional, and yes, he does good work.
Fantastic. Okay, well, uninspired. Anything else for Miss Dubois? I think we probably our time.
No, nothing, Miss Dubois. Honestly, just thank you for coming onto the show. I am truly a fan. I think that you did some phenomenal work as the Thing in this film, and I really, really hope that those who are watching will support us and get the word out for this, so that you can see Madame Dubois' performance.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that would be fantastic if we could get it seen. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's Johnny.
See you later, darling. Again.
Yeah. Well, Olivia, great to have you on the show. We'll let you go, and hopefully we'll have you back if the Jaws movie happens, or pause, or whatever it may be.
Probably
called. Yeah, we'll get you back to talk about that.
Marvelous. Thank you very much, everybody.
Right. Oh, she's gone already, presumably on that big bus. Fantastic. So yeah, The Thing, the musical, currently mired in some legal issues and so forth. But hey, if you want to see it, share the stream.
Yeah, share the stream. This is only going to
let's get it out there.
Oh yeah, it's going to get to the distributors, and of course, as long as they see that the public wants to watch the film, then they will give it to the public.
Hamilton, I know you've given us permission to play one of the songs out when we get to the end here. We'll just look through the pictures once more. What have you got coming up? Apart from, I know this, we've been talking about the Jaws film. I know there was talk of you adapting with the Muppets. Oh, Showgirls.
Yes.
Yeah, with possibly Miss Piggy in the lead role.
Yep.
Oh, there's Johnny One Eye. That was his cameo, sort of playing the Thing when he's frozen. Yeah.
The early stages of the Thing.
Yeah, early stages.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, is there any truth to those rumors? Are we going to see a Muppet Showgirls movie?
Well, we are. We've had a settlement with Joe Estevez, the original writer of Showgirls. So we're contractually obliged to call it Girl in a Show. But essentially, it is going to be again musical number of that great film. So
I guess you could argue the film was a musical.
Yeah, you might say it's musical, but we got some real talent here at this time, and some real dance coordinators. I mean, Patty Polari and Adam Garcia were great, but you wait until you see some of the dance numbers we got in store here. It's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, Lin-Manuel Miranda, I hope that you are watching, and I hope that you are jealous, because this is real revolutionary cinema right here.
Right.
Maybe I mean, maybe you might get Elizabeth. I was going to say Elizabeth Hurley, but it wasn't Elizabeth Hurley. The actress who literally broke her career in Showgirls. Elizabeth Berkley. Maybe Elizabeth Berkley can do a cameo for you.
Yes. So we'll have her in a on-screen redemption, I think, cameo. I think we're on a mission to bring her back, basically.
Bit like the Blues Brothers.
Oh. Yeah, unlike the Blues Brothers. Oh, I think Elizabeth Berkley just called.
I think we lost him for a second.
Yeah, he probably has to give her. But so basically, that's what we're doing. We got some other.
Sorry about that, guys.
Words.
I lost my comms there for a second.
Yeah, it's just disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know what caused it. Could have been the Thing. Yeah. Okay. So Hamilton, great to have you back. Dr. Warren, what do you got coming up? What are you working on right now in your role as Muppet Human Intimacy Coordinator?
I've got a couple of things I'm working on, and I've got an exclusive for you to tell you about something. The first thing I'm working on at the moment is a new therapy using LSD in a town in America called Sillyville. It's a place that we've designated where all the puppets are going to get together, and we're going to work on this new therapy that I'm working on. But there is an exclusive that I've got something to say. And I think you better know about it now before it all comes out in the newspapers.
Okay.
I'm in love with Miss Piggy. And
that's all we've got time for tonight. So we better oh, sorry, we lost you there for a second, Doctor.
It's going to be on the papers tomorrow. I've been told by my attorney that I might as well get my story out first. You see, it was unprofessional of me when she come see me in one of our therapy sessions, but I'm in love with her, and we're going to get married, and we're going to be together. I just want to put the record straight. I did nothing wrong. She loves me, and I love her.
Got time for tonight. Great to have you on, Dr. Warren, the third, and Hamilton the first and the third, with myself, an uninspired reviewer. Thank you to our Muppet guests who came on. We're going to play out with the full video of the main song from the thing, the musical. I just want to be your friend. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the screen.
Don't forget to share, of course.
Translation.